Hello, hello, hello. Hi there, everybody. How's it going out there? Out at TV land, internet land. Hope you're all doing fine. It's Mike B. Remember me? I'm back. We're a little late into the month this time, but was necessary. And I enjoyed the break. I don't know if you did. It was only a week. But we're back with another episode of Vinylly here at Vinyl Dreams. That's right, it's Vinylly, the show where I play records and I talk about them and you buy them. That's the way it goes. Yay! That's my studio audience in the background here, courtesy of Fault Radio. And we're ready for another great show. I have lots of great music to play for you. And I also have some Vinyl Dreams crew, aka Alexandria, who is in the chat on multiple different platforms. She's going to be letting you know what we're playing and sending links. So if you hear anything that you like and you want to purchase, there should be links in the comments where you can purchase everything we're playing today. All right, so let's kick it off with something chilled. I have some chilled stuff to play for you today. It's going to be a chilled show, I think. This is a new record by our friends in the UK, Coyote, who own the Is It Balearic label. I'm actually wearing their t-shirt right now. Big ups, you guys. And this is their new EP that just came out on their own label. As I said, Is It Balearic? The track is called Save Me, off the Return to Life EP. And this is going to ease us into the show, okay? Are you ready? Let's do it.
When all this is over, I plan to go north. I plan to go north. When all this is over, I plan to go north. When all this is over, I plan to go north. When all this is over, I plan to go north.
I actually plan to go south. Completely different thing. But that's a brand new record by Coyote. It's called Save Me.
I plan to go north.
Or I'm sorry, that is called... Is it called Café con Leche? I think so. I always get my sides mixed up. But it's the new Return to Life EP on Is It Balearic by Coyote. Great stuff. We've been a fan and have been supporting their label and their work, since I was at Amoeba a long time ago. And they're really great guys. They're very active on social media. They're easy to talk to. Always down to share music. They're like kind of the best, some of the best DJs that I know. And everything they do is great. They have got a lot of records on a lot of different labels this past couple years. And their label is starting to output a little more regularly. We had a full-length album from them that came out last year that was supposed to have come out the year before, and now they have a new album that's coming out, a double album that we've just ordered. We should get in a few weeks, I think, and we'll be pushing that on the show as well. So go check out Coyote and Is It Balearic Records. Again, wearing the t-shirt. Great guys. So coming up now, we have a really interesting record that I love so much. The artist is called Disco Door, which makes me think of our buddy here from Fault Radio. Like, how could you not? And basically, it's kind of a library recording project out of the UK. The label is Wonderful Sound, which is run by a really nice guy named Miles Copeland. And we were able to secure a bunch of copies of their full-length album and a bunch of 7-inch singles. We're sold out of the album now, but we still have a few of the singles left, and I wanted to play one of them for you today because I love everything about this project. It's got that 60s soundtrack music kind of vibe. Anything goes, and everything I've heard so far has just been lovely and lush and beautiful. And this is no exception, of course. Let me get this queued up for you real quick. I wasn't really sure if we were going to be able to get these, as when I had checked up online on their Bandcamp, not only were they selling pretty quickly, but the shipping was kind of insane. And I ended up buying a copy for myself. And all of a sudden, a bunch of people were hitting me up. Oh, are you going to get this? Are you going to get this? And so I went and looked it up, and sure enough, I can get it. So I'm going to play this track called The Arrangement by Disco Door. This is on the Wonderful Sound label, as I said. And I think you're going to dig this. This has a real nice sound to it. Here we go. Oh, that's so good. Love that to death. That's Disco Door with the arrangement on the wonderful Sound label out of the UK. Man, that just gets me. It's so lovely. And I don't know if you know what we mean when we talk about library music. Generally, it's music that was originally created for commercial use. So you would buy maybe 10 or 15 records that a company would make as a library to choose from to lay voiceovers or put it over video or whatever have you. And it just nails that like wistful 60s, mildly psychedelic vibe with those chord changes. I love it to death. We're hopefully going to get the LP back in stock soon enough, so keep your eyes open for that. But if you can't wait, and like I said, the shipping is kind of crazy. Basically, if you're trying to ship anything from the UK these days, the shipping is kind of out of control. But go to their Bandcamp, wonderful sound. You should be able to see it there. All right, moving on to the next track. I don't know if I have another one to put up in front of the camera, but this is an artist that we featured on the show before called NS Crew, and it's on a label called Polydance, which I believe is associated with or owned by Andrew, who you've seen on labels like Second Circle out of the Netherlands. And I believe this is like the second or third release on Polydance. It's a 7-inch with 2 tracks on either side, really nice, kind of dubby, down tempo. And the track we're going to play today is called Lots of Love. The artist is NS Crew, Kroo, and another really lovely little dubby down tempo joint that I like a whole lot. Here it comes. Are you ready? I may have been playing at the wrong speed, but that sounds great the way it is. That's called Lots of Love by NS Crew on the Poly Dance label. Great little 7-inch that we picked up. We only have a few of these, but this other side is just as good, and I believe Andrew, the artist, is also on the flip. So you're going to want to grab these quick before they go. Just comes in a little plain white sleeve like this, and is a nice little 2-track package. Really feeling that. Okay, moving on. I want to touch on the new release from one of our favorite labels, Isle of Jura, out of Australia. Big ups. And it's another reissue this time of a sort of what they're kind of calling this stuff, UK street soul, sort of late 80s, early 90s soul, akin to groups like Soul to Soul. Doesn't really have so much to do with like the acid jazz movement that came before it. It's a little more forward thinking, but slower tempos, really groovy vocals. Everything that I've heard that's been coming out as reissues has been pretty sick, and this is no exception. The artist is called Baseline, featuring Lorraine Chambers, the vocalist. And again, it's on one of our fave labels. I'll put the cover up here. Isle of Jura. Really nice tune called You've Gone. Something that we've sold a few of these so far, but we still have a bunch left, and it deserves to get a little bit more exposure. So without further ado, let's check that out. Baseline, You've Gone. right. Wonderful reissue there. Bassline featuring Lorraine Chambers, You've Gone, on Isle of Jura. Shout out again to our friends at Isle of Jura in Australia, I believe Adelaide. They've really been pushing so hard in the past few years between new original work and reissued, lost, forgotten tracks. I mean, that's like a London soul record, but it could work perfectly on the beach, you know, and that's, I think, the whole vibe. Really, really nice stuff. I saw a couple people in the chat saying how they needed to pick that up, and I agree, you do. I want to play this next track. It's by an artist called Chuck Senrick, and it has a bit of an interesting story to it. Hang on a sec. I want to find the right tune. So this is on a new label from the guys who are in Jazzanova. You might be familiar with Jazzanova, of course. And the label's called Notes from a Journey, in which they are sort of taking their record digging journeys and finally allowing us to come with them, re-releasing some incredibly hard to find records that they've come across on their travels, and some things that have been sought after by collectors for a long time. And this is one of those records that, in fact, when I was reading the sales notes about this, I believe it was, I remember it mentioned our good buddy Danny McLuhan from Psych Magic, as far as in telling the story of how they came to find out about this record. And it's no surprise to me, Danny is like one of the foremost record diggers on the planet, so it makes sense that he would have some knowledge of this before anyone else. But the artist himself is an American like singer-songwriter who recorded his own records and sort of languished in obscurity for a long time. I think he put out maybe a few records back in the, I think, late 80s, early 90s, and had done a lot of like just playing around the areas that he lived in. Nothing really huge. I don't think he ever really got any notoriety outside of his local area. But now that this record has been sort of picked up by a lot more people, it is really gaining traction. And boy, there is one cut in particular on this record that's a real mind blower. The album's called Dreamin'. You can see the cover there, has kind of a homemade look to it. And that is the vibe on the whole record. And, you know, very sparse arrangements. And this particular song, which is called Don't Be So Nice, quite sad lyrically, and it has a lot of emotion packed into this little tune that this guy recorded seemingly at home. So let me cue this up for you. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we actually brought in a bunch of releases from this label, Notes from a Journey. They have been putting out, they have like 4 or 5 releases now, maybe a few more, and I wanted to, once I got offered, I wanted to make sure that we were carrying this stuff in the shop because it's all really good. I think I'm going to cover another release in a minute, and it runs a gamut from obscure Brazilian music to this American singer-songwriter and a lot more. So go check on the website. There's 4 or 5 releases at the top of the page there that you can go through and listen to, all on this label, Notes from a Journey. Okay, let's get to the track. It's called, what is it? Don't Be So Nice, by Chuck Senrick.
Have you ever been lost in a friend's eye? Have you ever been tossed by the wayside in an old friend's mind? But don't be so nice. That's what she told me. Don't try so hard. Ain't got a chance. I've gotta go. Please, please forgive me. been lost and wanting a friend's smile. Oh, but don't be so nice. That's what she told me. Don't try so hard. You ain't got a chance. I've gotta go. Please, please forgive me. That's what I wanted anyway. No, I wasn't asking you to stay. What she told me, don't try so hard. Ain't got a chance, I've gotta go. Please, please forgive me. That's what I wanted anyway. No, I wasn't asking you to stay. That's what I wanted you to say.
Wow. Man, if that doesn't put a lump in your throat, you're not human. I mean, that's just an absolutely stunning song. The emotion that he wrings out of those chords and that vocal is just on another level. I really am blown away by that. Chuck Senrick is the artist there with the LP Dreamin', and that song's called Don't Try So Hard. Go on the website and grab that now before they're gone, because that's amazing. Okay, let's move on a little more now. Maybe let's pick the tempo up a little bit. I want to move on to our buddy Basso, who runs a record store and label in Germany called Growing Bin, that we are big fans of. And generally, I try to keep his stuff in stock whenever possible. As a DJ, you might have seen we've played some of his edits on the show before. He has compiled a couple different compilation albums for a few different labels that of incredible obscure music that he's found along his travels. And Growing Bin is sort of split between finding really obscure music secondhand as well as new producers. And this new release is a compilation on his label. It's called, where did I just put that sleeve? Around me a second ago. Goodness gracious. Just had it on me. Here we go. It's called Lucky Are Those Who Hear the Birds Sing. And it's all new music, I believe, by a bunch of different artists. Oh, excuse me. It's all older music. And the track that I think we're going to play is called One Tongue. One Tongue is the artist, and the track is called Coffee. It's from 1990 on a label called Yaya. And again, like, the sleeve art is really cool and minimalistic, and every track on here is different, but still it fits the whole in an interesting way. So big ups Basso, big ups Growing Bin Recordings, and let's get into this track really quickly. Here we go.
imagine that the bird started to sing about the people.
All right there. Wow. Very interesting little tribal track. I love the spoken vocal. And that is on the Growing Bin label, this new compilation. Lucky are those who hear the birds sing. Every track is quite different, although they hang together so well as a compilation. Synthy, drummy, kind of funky at times, kind of trancey at times, kind of slower tempos at others. I really like how he's put together this compilation because it's got a lot of interesting stuff on it. Please go to the website, check the rest of that out because it is all good. And big ups again, Basso at Growing Bin for putting that out. And we've been in touch with him lately. He's a really nice guy. He's really like, you know, lifer, as we call us. And lifers are our people who are into the music. The music is the thing, right? So now I want to jump back to the label that we were talking about earlier. It's called Notes on a Journey. Excuse me, I keep saying Notes from a Journey. It's called Notes on a Journey, and again, this label is owned by members of Jazzanova, who are a German new jazz group who were really prominent in the late 90s and early 2000s. And they're kind of DJs and record digger types extraordinaire. And along their travels, they found all of these amazing records that they've now wanted to re-release and give a greater exposure to the rest of the world. And this is another one of these great unheard of releases. I'm going to put this up in front of the camera now. The artist here is called Valeria. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Let's see if it'll work. But it's a nice little 7-inch. Valeria is a Brazilian singer. And this is a 4-track 7-inch that has a few of her more obscure tunes on it. I'm not sure how well known she may be in Brazil, but this particular record has like 4 really great cuts on it. They run the gamut of tempo and vibe, and the one that I've picked to play it, which I really like, is the B2 called Moreno. Really, really nice track, and again, keeping with our chill vibe for this first hour, here is Valeria.
O teu chamego foi o que me cativou. Esse roçar de bigode no teu cangote, fazendo o corpo arrepiar, vixe, não posso contar. Nosso segredo é ofício em vão território, onde o sonho tateio desabrochar. E o desejo ecoa o vão da noite, no galopar que torteia as mãos como açoite. Jabuticaba, o teu chamego foi o que me cativou. Esse roçar de bigode no meu cangote, fazendo o corpo arrepiar, vixe, não posso contar. Nosso segredo é ofício em vão território, onde o sonho tateio desabrochar. E o desejo ecoa o vão da noite, no galopar que tonteia as mãos como açoite.
right. Valeria. Lovely little 7-inch on the Notes on a Journey label. Track is called Moreno. Very nice. It's just so lush. The other track on that side is like a really nice up-tempo tune with the, double tracked vocals like in a lot of Brazilian music. And I almost played that. It is so good. In fact, I'm just going to do it. This is my show. I do what I want. I do what I want. We're going to play this tune. Here's another track from Valeria.
Com mil demônios, onde foi que essa nega escondeu o meu pandeiro? É o tempo inteiro me marcando, querendo saber o paradeiro. Assim não dá. Como pode um sambista de escola trabalhar? Assim não dá. Marcação homem a homem tem que terminar. Com mil demônios, onde foi que essa nega escondeu o meu pandeiro? É o tempo inteiro me marcando, querendo saber o paradeiro. Assim não dá. Como pode um sambista de escola trabalhar? Assim não dá. Marcação homem a homem tem que terminar. Com mil demônios, onde foi que essa nega escondeu o meu pandeiro? É o tempo inteiro me marcando, querendo saber o paradeiro. Assim não dá. Como pode um sambista de escola trabalhar? Assim não dá. Marcação homem a homem tem que terminar. Com mil demônios, onde foi que essa nega escondeu o meu pandeiro? Com mil demônios, onde foi que essa nega escondeu o meu pandeiro? Com mil demônios, onde foi que essa nega escondeu o meu pandeiro?
Oh man, so good. That's the dopamine hit I needed today. What a lovely tune. It's just too short. It is so short. I wish it were much longer. But Valeria, so good. That track is called Marcação. I don't really speak Brazilian Portuguese, so if anybody knows what that means, please put it in the comments. I would appreciate that. What a tune, right? I couldn't not play it after trying to describe it to you. Like, it's just not, it's not the same thing. All right, friends, moving on. We have a new release from our German pals, Session Victim. We miss you guys so much. I want to shout out our friends at Session Victim. They're so great. And, having a whole year go by where we don't throw a party with them here in the shop and they don't come to visit, it's kind of a bummer. But,
Watch the archive.
you can watch the archives, that's right, up on Fault Radio. You can kind of catch the vibe from the previous visits. And they have a brand new record out on, let's see, this is on Delusions of Grandeur, which, if you're not super familiar, is sort of Jimpster's free-range sub-label. And they've been around a while. I mean, this is on their, 84th release already? I mean, I can remember when their first few records came out. And, that was maybe 10 years ago. Maybe a little longer, maybe 15 years ago. But our boys have a new EP out on the label. It's called Two Crowns. And great release, solid 3-track EP. Every track is killer. And coming off their album from last year, which was mostly like down-tempo tracks, kind of on a trip-hop tip. This is a little more beefy, up-tempo. And I'm definitely loving all of it. The track that I'm going to play is called Village Youth, but it really could be any of the three. They're all really good. So without further ado, let's get into that. Village Youth by Session Victim.
This is a city, and you are there.
right. That was Session Victim with Village Youth off their Two Crowns EP, just out on Delusions of Grandeur Records. Shout out to our friends, Session Victim. We miss you guys. Hopefully we'll see you soon enough. You know, everything these dudes do is awesome. They're basically buy on site for me at this point. I don't even listen to the record. I just take it home. You know, because it's going to be good. It's always going to be good. And, you know, it's a rarity these days to be able to do that, to be honest. All right, moving forward, I want to give you this amazing new tune by Anthony Nicholson, who's a Chicago-based house producer, been around a long time, practically synonymous with the words deep house, has released on some of the top deep house labels ever. And if you don't know this guy's name, you better get to know him, Anthony Nicholson. This is on a new label called the Jazz Diaries. It definitely kind of tells you the direction the record's going in. There's a nice tougher house track on the flip, but I really want to stick with this more musical tune, which I believe is the A side. I'm not sure the title off the top of my head right now, because the label doesn't give me any way to see that. But let's get into it, and I'll put, I think I have another copy I can put up on the display. This is, hang on, Anthony Nicholson on the brand new label, the Jazz Diaries. right. Wow, brand new from Anthony Nicholson, always bringing that live vibe to his productions. The man is a house music legend. If you know Trax Records, if you know Prescription Records, then you know who we're talking about. Every track on this 12-inch is dope, and it's on a new label called the Jazz Diaries. You're going to want to check this out, both sides, because it's killer. And speaking of killer, I want to get onto one of our favorite labels, which is Toy Tonics. Great label, and lately they've been really killing it. I've been feeling all of their releases one after the other. They had a really great compilation called Mushroom House Volume 1. Volume 2 is coming soon. And this is a 12-inch by an American producer who recently moved to Germany and is now starting to see a lot of output on a bunch of different German labels, including this one. This is a really nice 4-track EP. I think the guy is like a multi-instrumentalist. He sings, he plays keys, and so it's got that live feel to it. The vocals are really, really nice. The track I want to play is actually been playing so many B-sides today. It's kind of funny. I always go for the B-side, but let me see which track is going to be the one. There are just too many sick tracks on this. I like them all. The one I've chosen is called Pose. It's the first track on the B-side. Really, really nice on Toy Tonics. Let's get to it. Joel Holmes is the artist name on the Toy Tonics label. I'm going to grab a second copy so I can put it in the display in just a minute. But let's get into it.
Come on, girl, you gotta be kidding me.
All right. That's brand new from Joel Holmes on Toy Tonics out of Germany. Track is called Pose. B-side wins again on this release. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. All 4 tracks are dope. Again, like Toy Tonics, this guy Joel Holmes, really is kind of a match made in heaven. We were just talking a minute ago about how Toy Tonics has really kind of found its sound in the past couple of years, and I really love where it's going. That just deep, very American influenced house music sound, which is like really where your head should be at if you're into house music. So go check that out. We still have a few copies of that in stock. Joel Holmes on Toy Tonics. All right, moving forward. I'm going to play a track from a label that maybe I wouldn't normally play. It's not really up my personal alley. We carry this label in the shop pretty regularly. It's called Watergate, which is basically named after the nightclub party promotion crew of the same name in I believe, Berlin. And this particular release is, let me find the sleeve. Artist is called Beesmans. The record's called Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. And the track I'm going to play is called Save the Night. It's generally like, while the label is very much a techno label, very, very much a German techno label, this particular release is a bit more of like a electro disco kind of thing, very high energy, very buzzy synthesizer action. I don't know how funky it is, but it's got that real driving mood. And the B-side, again, is the one that's doing it for me here. Again, it's called Save the Night. Beesmans is the artist on the Trains, Planes, and Automobiles EP. I want to get to this because it's pretty sick. Let me make sure I got it on the right speed here, and we can get to it. Are you ready? All right, let's do it. All right. That's Beesman's with Save the Night on Watergate. We have a couple other Watergate titles in stock right now, so if you're into the club and the label, you should go check out vinyldreamssf.com. And if I haven't mentioned this, everything I'm playing on the show today is available for sale at vinyldreamssf.com, our website, and we will ship to you pretty much anywhere in the world, especially domestically, which is our bread and butter. And there's a lot to check out up there, so please go check out the website because there's a lot to see, and especially with what we've played today, there's a lot of new tunes going around. Moving forward, we have a bunch of new stuff from our friends at Sound Metaphors. They have like 5 different labels that they manufacture out of their shop, and one of them is called Thank You, which is, I think, generally reissued material. I think these tracks are from 1986 by an artist called Ars Mundi, and definitely on a Italo late 80s dance tip. The track I'm going to play is called El Genio de los Pies Rojos. Which is some heavy stuff, and I think that the music reflects it, so I'm going to dive into that right now. Ars Mundi on Thank You Records. wow. The record does that itself. So if you're a DJ, don't let it get to the end or you're screwed. We just heard from Ars Mundi. That was called, what did I say? El Genio de los Pies Rojos on the Thank You label, which is from the Sound Metaphors crew. And speaking of which, we have another record from the same crew. This is on their kind of cheeky white label, edit label, Poppers. And these tracks are just as kind of unhinged. I can't really tell if the artist on this or the editor on this release is called DJ Asshole or if the record is called DJ Asshole. And there's literally nothing on the record itself that alludes to any of this. In fact, you wouldn't know about it if you didn't see the like sales notes from the record. So there's 3 edits on this record. They're all crazy obscure. The one I'm going to play is kind of a fun little tune. My Italian's pretty bad, and I know my mom was listening out there before we got shut down on Facebook. So if she's still out there, maybe she can translate for me. But I'm just going to play this cut. I think it's the A1 on the new Poppers release. Maybe DJ Asshole is the artist. I'm not quite sure. But it's up on our website now, so go check that out. And here it is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 e 8. Ora verso destra. 1, 2, 3 e 4. Prendiamo le caviglie e fletti, fletti. 3, 4. Tenere la posizione, fermi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 e 8. Ora di nuovo verso il centro. 1, 2, 3 e 4. Verso sinistra. 1, 2, 3 e 4. Prendiamo la caviglia e giù, e giù, e giù, e giù. E giù, e giù, e giù, e giù. E giù, 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 e fermi. 2, 3 e 4 e 5 e 6 e 7 e 8. Solleviamo lentamente le braccia in alto, unire le gambe, prendiamo le caviglie e cerchiamo di portare la testa sulle ginocchia. Giù. 2, 3 e 4 e 5 e 6 e 7 e 8. Adesso afferriamo le punte dei piedi ed estendiamo un piede alla volta. Destro, sinistro, allunga, allunga, destro, sinistro, sempre piedi flessi, testa sulle ginocchia, tenere la posizione. E 1, e 2, e 3, e 4, e 5, e 6, e 7, e 8. Sciogliere le gambe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 e 8. Ora verso destra. 1, 2, 3 e 4. Prendiamo la caviglia e fletti, fletti. 3, 4. Tenere la posizione, fermi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 e 8. Ora di nuovo verso il centro. 1, 2, 3 e 4. Verso sinistra. 1, 2, 3 e 4. Prendiamo la caviglia e giù, e giù, e giù, e giù. Tenere la posizione, fermi. 2, 3 e 4 e 5 e 6 e 7 e 8. Solleviamo lentamente le braccia in alto, unire le gambe, prendiamo le caviglie e cerchiamo di portare la testa sulle ginocchia. Giù. 2, 3 e 4 e 5 e 6 e 7 e 8. Adesso afferriamo le punte dei piedi ed estendiamo un piede alla volta. Il destro, sinistro, allunga, allunga, destro, sinistro, sempre piedi flessi, testa sulle ginocchia, tenere la posizione. E 1, e 2, e 8. Adesso afferriamo le punte dei piedi ed estendiamo un piede alla volta. Il destro, sinistro, allunga, allunga, destro, sinistro, sempre piedi flessi, testa sulle ginocchia, tenere la posizione. E 1, e 2, e 3, e 4, e 5, e 6, e 7, e 8. Sciogliere le gambe, scuotiamole bene e ora 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 e 8. Ora verso destra, 1, 2, 3 e 4. Prendiamo la caviglia e fletti, fletti, 3, 4. Tenere la posizione, fermi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 e 8. Ora di nuovo verso il centro, 1, 2, 3 e 4, verso sinistra, 1, 2, 3 e 4. Prendiamo la caviglia e giù, e giù, e giù, e giù. Tenere la posizione, fermi, 2, 3 e 4 e 5 e 6 e 7 e 8. Solleviamo lentamente le braccia in alto, unire le gambe, prendiamo le caviglie e cerchiamo di portare la testa sulle ginocchia, giù, 2, 3 e 4 e 5 e 6 e 7 e 8. Adesso afferriamo le punte dei piedi ed estendiamo un piede alla volta, il destro, sinistro, allunga, allunga, destro, sinistro, sempre piedi flessi, testa sulle ginocchia, tenere la posizione. E 1, e 2, e 3, e 4, e 5, e 6, e 7 e 8. Sciogliere le gambe, scuotiamole bene e ora gli esercizi addominali.
All right. DJ Asshole, I'm not sure if that's the editor, but that's on the label Poppers, which is a cheeky edit label from the folks at Sound Metaphors. That's a cute little tune, right? Is it aerobics? I don't know what's going on there. But moving ahead, here I'm going to put this up in the in front of the camera so you can see it. This is an interesting release. It's like officially branded Studio 54 Music, who are back, I guess, in some fashion. I don't really know who that is or what that means. But in this particular case, they have gotten one of our buddies at Vinyl Dreams here, Jason J. Criv, from Razor and Tape, the Razor and Tape edit label. Amazing disco DJ, and he used to be the bass player for Tortured Soul, who, if you don't know who that is, you need to get on that Google right now, because they're amazing. But he has basically been given a mandate to re-record four different kind of classic disco tracks. I think some of the artists include T-Connection. I think there might even be a Cerrone, Don Ray and Cerrone track. And you kind of update it for 2021. And so these aren't originals. They're not edits. I mean, they are originals. They're not edits, but they are cover versions. And in this particular case, Jay Criv produced, arranged, and played bass and guitars on all these tracks. And so the track that I really want to get to is "Lovin' Is Really My Game," which is an old Brainstorm record that they've covered for this release. And I think it's like a great idea. I can't think of anybody better to do it than Jason. And big ups Jay. He's like a great friend of the shop, has played in the store. Definitely someone that I've been keeping up with, with his musical endeavors. And it's a great release. I think this track sounds great. It pops off the sound system. And if you're a disco DJ, I think it'll work perfectly in your set, especially if you gravitate toward vocals. So without further ado, this is on Night Magic Volume 1 via Studio 54. Lovin' Is Really My Game. right. That was actually just what the doctor ordered. That is called Lovin' Is Really My Game, on the Night Magic Volume 1 12-inch EP. This is on a new label, which is officially branded Studio 54 Music. And again, our buddy Jay Kriv, Jason from Razor and Tape, is producing, arranging, and playing bass and guitars on all of these tracks. There's 4 tracks on the EP, all of them covers of classic disco records. And of course, you know, the Razor and Tape guys have played here in the store at Vinyl Dreams. You can go over to Fault Radio and check out their set from the store, still archived online. And I would recommend that. It's great. Aaron Day and Jay Kriv in the house. What a great tune, man. That vocal is really hitting it. And if you look at this, it's on the kind of molten golden vinyl. It's so lush. It's kind of exactly what you want from a Studio 54 record, right? All right, let's move on to the next jammy. We got about, I think we got about 10 minutes left. I want to play this one tune. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to go off script here a little bit. We've got a new release from our friends in Gothenburg, Sweden. We're going to pull this out. And it's an album by a new artist called De Control. De Control. I don't know if that's like all French, but a really interesting release. I keep telling people that it would not sound out of place on labels like Dark Entries. It's definitely got that kind of like dark synthwave 80s kind of vibe to it. And the whole thing is great all the way through. Something that doesn't always appeal to me, but this is something that kind of jumped out at me. Let's see what track I'm going to play. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this tune is called Freaks. How appropriate. De Control with Freaks on Herga Nord out of Sweden. Here we go. sick tune and great album. Every track is dope. It hangs together so nicely. That's definitely one of my favorites at the moment. I'm going to try and keep this in stock as much as possible, as long as possible. But we do have a few left, so go in and grab those while you can. Killer stuff. We have about 5 minutes left. I want to get one more tune in before we're done, but I do want to shout out our Fault Radio friends, Dundee and Dorr. Thank you guys so much. Dundee is there hiding in the little nook. Thank you guys so much for enabling us to do this once a month. Without their dedication, coming into the city, setting all this equipment up, and doing this just for us at Vinyl Dreams, it wouldn't happen. So thank you guys so much. Please go to faultradio.org and check out all of their archives. They're on YouTube. You're on every platform.
Yes.
Imaginable.
.com, not that.
.com. Faultradio.com, excuse me. Go check out their archives. There's lots of DJ sets live from Vinyl Dreams, as well as all over the Bay Area, California, and more. They're branching out internationally more and more, so you're going to want to keep an eye on what they're doing. Also, big shout out to my girl Alexandria, who has been in the chat on both platforms today, making sure that you are aware of what we're playing and links in the comments to go purchase. Don't forget, everything I played today, go to vinyldreamssf.com and you can purchase all of it. It is all for sale, all on our website. If you've been watching either on Facebook or on Twitch or on, I think just on those platforms, there are, in the comments, there should be links to everything we played today, which is just like the best to be able to have that. And so go there and go pick that up. So finally now I'm going to play a track from, and I shout out to everybody in the chat, Roxy Brown, my cousins, my mom, Joel Conway, Portland Peeps. Thank you for listening today. So finally, the track I want to get to here is a new tune from Gerald Mitchell, aka Los Hermanos, who has been a very long time Detroit house and techno producer and DJ. He had a great project that we sold a few months ago. We're waiting on the repress called Celebrity Barbecue Sauce. You may remember I played a couple of those tracks that are really super funky, lots of live instrumentation. And this is on a new label called Mother Tongue. And it is basically another sort of Celebrity Barbecue Sauce-esque track. Except this one is called The Metamorphosis of Twookie Wonder Brown. The cover is amazing. You got to see what this looks like once the track goes. And basically, the track is called Twookie Wonder Brown by Gerald Mitchell, a.k.a. Los Hermanos. This tune is sick. I basically am like so jazzed on everything this guy has been doing lately. And we're going to end the show with this. We have like maybe a minute left. Gerald Mitchell, here we go. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you next month.
There's this toucan that soars over these mahogany trees on beautiful days such as these. One day while my ordinarily blazing persona was only flickering, my winged friend perched on a branch by a bunch of banana trees and spoke to me. As if bombarded by the original black principle, I picked myself up, yes, and dusted myself off and looked around for the hidden camera. Just then he said, "Come here." He beckoned with his feet. "Come here." "How are you?" He said. "Fine," I replied. "First things first, I suppose. My name is Twookie Wonder Brown. I speak French, Greek, English, Arabic, Spanish, Yiddish, Russian, Japanese, Chinese, and dirty. Hoganese, eagling, falconese, chicken, duck, and a dozen more, but enough about me. Can you teach me to dance like James Brown and sing like Stevie Wonder? I wanna dance like James Brown and sing like the Wonder Man. I wanna slip, dip, and slide so effortlessly. I wanna rip riffs and cry just like Stevie. I wanna glide on stage with moves taken from the Godfather's page. I've gotta chew up a tune just the way the Wonder Man grooves. Can you teach me to dance like James Brown and sing like Stevie Wonder? I'm Tookie Wonder Brown, the baddest talking toucan around. I play football, baseball, basketball, and soccer. Little chicks, old crows, big tricks, and tall suckers. I've dated some beautiful birds, bow-legged bears, big black cows, white tigers with big tails. I've dated 1 pig, 2 gorillas, 3 monkeys, 4 rabbits, and 5 alley cats, and a partridge. Yes, in a pear tree. I could tell the FBI all about the CIA. Tell Mother Goose what Jack really did to Jill just to set the record straight. But enough about me. Can you teach me to dance like James Brown and sing like Stevie Wonder? I want to dance like James Brown and sing like the Wonder Man. I want to slip, dip, and slide so effortlessly. I want to rip riffs and cry just like Stevie. I want to glide on stage with moves taken from the Godfather's page. I've got to chew up a tune just the way the Wonder Man grooves. Can you teach me to dance like James Brown and sing like Stevie Wonder? Like James Brown, Stevie Wonder. Can you teach me how to dance like James and sing like Steve? Can you? Can you? Can you?
Says her body's in need